welcome to the video. So today we decided to head to the cafe and have a little sketch. My sketching mojo wasn't really on, but I tried to draw some kids that were there. Got something done at least, if nothing else. So they didn't really turn out as good as the other ones that I've done. That's all I did, just one double page. So they didn't really turn out as yummy as some of these ones turned out. And I think that's because I'd spent all day watching this little kid, because it's one of my friend's kids. And you get like, if you just observe, observing is such a big part of sketching, and being able to observe like how they move, how they interact with things, how they bend down and stand up, how they look up at things, and being able to observe that for a long time kind of gets it stuck in your head. But with other people's kids or strangers' kids in a coffee shop, it's not really the done thing to go staring at other kids. So I mean, you're kind of surreptitiously drawing half from what you see and half from a made up, and I think you can tell. But it was good to put pencil to paper and do something at least. On the way back, as is our wont, we headed to the charity shop. And let me show you what I got. So the first one we went into, I found this, and it's called Pierre the Maze Detective, The Search for the Stolen Maze Stone. And it's by Hiro Kamigaki and IC4 Design. Written by Chihiro Maruyama and translated by Emma Sakamiya. And it looks a bit like a Where's Wally type thing. And inside, it's like an adventure book. You're a detective, as far as I can gather. But the pages are really interesting. And it's something I haven't really seen that much. Kids have actually used this book. They've circled things. So unfortunately, the answers are all given away for me. But in terms of illustrations, I can still get a lot from this. So there's that. Enjoyed that. And that was £2.50. It's a hardback. Originally £14.99. Then we went into the Oxfam. I got a Moomin bag for cheaps because they were selling them off. So this was £3.99, I think, instead of £7.99. I remember watching Moomin when I was a kid, and I like the illustrations, so I thought, yeah, I'd treat myself to that. And then inside here, I got some kids' books, as always. If you're new to the channel and you're wondering why I'm buying kids' books, hello, I'm Emma. I'm an illustrator and I'm based in Sheffield in the UK. And I find children's books a great source of inspiration. Inspiration in terms of not copying them, but it's nice to find something that catches your eye and makes you want to watch it, read it, makes you want to look at it. And since taking a year out last year and doing a few illustration courses, I've taken a step back and really I'm starting to analyse, that needs a wipe down, what it is I like and why I like certain things. And I think that helps you understand your own taste. And once you understand your own taste, that helps feed into your own style. So that's why I'm collecting. I've got a little bank of children's books there. Things that caught my eye, so I can look into them and think, why did I like that? What about that do I like? What works? What doesn't work? How does the story build? Where could it be improved? Because you can only really self-reflect when you've got something to kind of question you. And if you're just sitting in a blank room with nothing to kind of inspire you or prompt questions, it's like 10 times more difficult to analyse what you like. So that's why. So the first one I got was Helen Hancock's, and it's Penguins in Peril. The cover needs a wipe down, I just realised, so I'm going to definitely not put my hands anywhere near my face after this one. Penguins in Peril by Helen Hancock's, and they're just very cute illustrations. Very graphic. I think I've seen this one in the library, actually. I vaguely remember some of these pages. Almost 2D. I like the colour scheme. So there's that one. Also got this one called Hortense and the Shadow by Natalia and Lauren O'Hara. Lovely colour palette. And also the illustrations are so delicate and yummy. And it's just a really visually delicious book. A very kind of neutral palette. It looks really yummy. So I'm going to have fun looking through that one. And I also got this one by Posy Simmons, Fred. If you know me, you'll know I love a cat book. It makes me think of books I used to read when I was younger, like the style of the cover and stuff. But it's more like a graphic novel type, like an intro to a graphic novel. And more graphic novel layouts are increasingly interesting me. It's a lot more kind of intense with the illustrations. You can really kind of, there's a lot of work in there for an illustrator. And I think it's different to any kind of, in any kind of way that I thought children's books could work. So that interested me as well. So yeah, they're nice. And then last one wasn't a kid's book. It is Grace and Perry, The Descent of Man. And that was $2.99. All of the other kids' books were 99p. Really good value. But this sounded really interesting. So Grace and Perry's been thinking about masculinity, what it is, how it operates, and why little boys are thought to be made of slugs and snails since he was a boy. Now in this funny and necessary book, he turns around to look at men with a clear eye and asks what sort of men would make the world a better place for everyone. So that's going to be a good read. Right now I'm going to go and try and find something for lunch, and then we'll see where the day takes us. Okay, I'm back in my studio. I have wiped the cover of this down so it is safe for touching. And I'm going to now go onto the internet and order some new art materials. So I was talking about it yesterday. I'd like to get a blue pan pastel. So pan pastels look like this. They're quite expensive, but you do get quite a lot in them. So rather than being in a stick form, like, how do I get into that? Like these. So these are what pastels you probably think of when you think of a pastel. But pan pastels are different. They're like this, and you apply them with sponges. Now I've already got some of the sponges, and because I like using pastel as a background, so currently what I do, I use these pastels, make a load of dust, like scribble a load of dust on the page, and then I use one of those sponges to like move it around and like smudge it around into the page. But sometimes you can see the scribble on the page still. So I thought maybe because I use blue quite a lot in the backgrounds, I might experiment getting a blue pan pastel and seeing if that is something that I use. Also, I think Jackson's have got a Caran d'Ache sale on, so I'm going to have a look at that and see what's what. So I've just checked my pencils that I like to use in my pencil roll here against the pencils that I've got in store. Some of you may know that Dark Indigo is my favourite pencil by Polychromos, by Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. But I don't need to order any more because I got a big bulk of them in the last order. But the ones that I want to get a few more of are the Orange Glaze. So Orange Glaze 113. We've got Helio Blue Reddish 151. It's a really nice one. Delft Blue 141. It's like almost purpley blue. And then we've got Payne's Grey 181, is it? Yeah, 181, classic. And they're they're ones that I like to reach for when I'm out sketching. So I'll have a look at those as well as see what else they've got on offer. So that's been done. I'm looking forward to when they arrive. Obviously, when they do, I will open them with you. If you also would like to shop on Jackson's, you might have already noticed in my video description, I have an affiliate link. Now, for full transparency, I do mention this every now and then, just so so I'm being transparent about, you know, why I shop with Jackson's and all that kind of stuff. I have an affiliate link with Jackson's. I'm not paid by Jackson's to say how brilliant they are. I was already shopping with Jackson's art before I found out they had an affiliate link. I was already shopping with them because they've made great strides in their plastic-free packaging, and I like them as a company. And then I found out that they had an affiliate scheme. So because I am an illustrator, I thought I'd sign up to that because I was already using them and I was already suggesting Jackson's as a shop that people might want to use anyway. So it gives me the option to get a little bit of something back from Jackson's. And also it means I can pass something on to you guys. So if you've never used Jackson's art before, if you click my affiliate link in the video description and then go to Jackson's to buy something, they'll give you 10% off your first order, and I think I get about 5% back of the order total. So I can use that on art materials. If you have used Jackson's before, then it'll cost you nothing extra to click through my link. But if you make an order after clicking my link, I'll also, like I say, get 5% back that I can use on materials and stuff. So no obligation at all. You don't have to click the link. But if you did, you'd be helping me without it costing you anything extra. Obviously, it's not going to give you your order for free, but it won't cost you anything extra, and it'll help me towards art materials and stuff. But like I say, no obligation. You don't have to click the link. You don't have to use Jackson's at all. I just really like them. I've used them for a long time, and it's a shop down in London, and I like their range of stuff. They often have good deals on. So at the moment, they've got a Caran d'Ache sale on. So the Caran d'Ache pencils, I can't remember how much they actually were. I said a little while ago that I don't buy Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils because they're so expensive. I think they're about, let me see if I can get back. They're about like £4 RRP. But I know they're light fast and they've got a nice creamy texture. But the rate that I go through pencils, it's just not worth it. So let's see what they're on offer for at the moment. So coloured pencils. So the Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils, they're on offer at the moment in their Caran d'Ache sale from £4.15 to down to £2.89. So it's quite a saving. So even though I said I wasn't going to buy any, even though I said I don't really use Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils, even though they're delicious, I did get one in that order, which was a dark indigo, which, as you know, I do like a dark indigo, and because I'll sometimes use dark indigo in the polychromos as like an outline colour, it's a good alternative, that one. So I use dark indigo in polychromos, and I like that. I've got a bunch of those. But seeing as though they were on sale, I thought I'd try the Caran d'Ache Luminance so I could use it as an outline pencil, and I'm hopefully not going to use it too quickly because it's an outline pencil. I won't be doing any shading and stuff with it. So if I'm doing like, I don't know, more finished illustrations, I can maybe use that. I do like the texture of the Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils, but like I say, the rate that I go through pencils, there's no point me spending £4 a pencil because, you know, I'd just be poorer. So yeah, I got that. I was going to get some more Neocolor 2 crayons. As you might know if you've watched me before, Neocolor 2 crayons is something that I use. They're water-soluble crayons, so you end up getting like 2 materials for the price of 1 because you can use them as a watercolour as well. But I figured I was becoming a little bit luxurious with my spending, so I didn't get any of those. I ended up only getting a Helio Blue and an orange glaze polychromos pencil, and then I got a blue pan pastel. I think it was the Prussian blue hue that I ended up getting. But as soon as that arrives, I will be sharing that with you, so never fear. this is where I'm going to leave this video today. But until the next video, bye.